back over here. See.
Something happened.
Yeah, we come up
I think,
live. All right, we're back live again. It's showing, but we're
but
not.
what?
The signal strength is not that great.
Signal strength. We're back live. Thank you for coming back. If you're still out there. Hey, Dwight of Northern Star Railroad Lines, your Minnesota Twins are on fire, bro. On fire. I was watching them the other day. They're a contender. Everybody's talking about the Oakland A's, but Minnesota is holding its own. Can you guys hear us? Because I'm not seeing anything typed in or being typed in. Everyone refresh.
Yeah, everybody needs to refresh on this.
Yeah, everyone needs to refresh.
Guys, gonna give us a whole new chat and everything.
Yeah, well, I already have the new chat. Oh, what happened? I just took myself out on my phone.
Yeah.
So how's it working now?
Yeah, it's still not getting that great a okay, now it went green on me. It must we hadn't given it time to shut the other connection down completely.
Okay.
So for all those who are stuck around, you'll have to hit the refresh on your browser. They'll give you the whole new stream and chat window.
Yeah. Dwight, I wanted to let you know that your Minnesota Twins are right up there. Everybody's talking about the Oakland A's, but the Minnesota Twins are on fire, man. I was watching them over the weekend. Really good.
All right, so somebody out there in the chat, let us know. Are you hearing any kind of echo or anything? Because that was one problem I was having last night.
Dave, are we having an echo? Echo, 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 echo. Dave Piper, hello. How are you tonight, Dave? What's going on in Dave's world?
Alrighty. Let's run down the switches here and see what we get. That should be your splash page.
Dave says he's not noticing any echo, echo, echo.
All right.
Train 56 says, hi, all, I'm back.
Now we
Ralph
got
Runzetti, John, where did you go? Come on back. Are we just go off the air? Oh, no.
No.
He's testing pages, Ralph. I'm sorry. He's testing. We're testing the screen pages and everything. Who's ever out there, just give me a heads up. What I'm kind of putting this out there. What's the best thing you like about YouTube model railroading? What's the best thing you like about it? You can answer in the thing. I'll wait for that. In the meanwhile, I'll let you know that tomorrow night, Thursday, is going to be Johnny's Train Talk Show, where we will have Johnny back on at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and he's going to be sitting down at the old general store, cozying up to the old checkerboard table, and just doing and doing what he does best, talking to you. If you guys are interested in coming on and you have a webcam or a camera is on your computer, you can join in like I am here and John is here, and you can talk about trains, anything related to trains. If you're having a problem, you want to show off something that you've been working on or show off a finished product, That'd be more than great. That's tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Johnny's Train Talk Show. On June 5th of next week, we're going to have, can you believe it? June's here already. We're getting into the summer. Oh, man. June 5th, we're going to have Gary Corbin on. For you guys tuning in late and expecting to see who Big Bill talking to, well, actually, I'm talking to you. But who I originally was supposed to speak to was Don G and Don Sr. and Don Jr. from the Nearly Historical Railroad. That's their YouTube channel. They do have an HO scale and an HON3 scale. The Colorado Southern and Downey Pacific in their HO scale. We're going to talk with them tonight. But unfortunately, they've had some technical difficulties out there. We had them on for a tech tune-up earlier in this week, and everything was working fine. HD quality, everything, picture perfect, sound 5x5. And then tonight, boom, we couldn't do nothing right. We couldn't even, I'm telling you, we couldn't do nothing. We couldn't even get arrested if we had a shotgun on the corner. That's how bad it was. And if we shot it off, we weren't going to get arrested. We couldn't get this thing to work. Dwight wants to know, John, are you still making turnouts?
Yes and no.
Yes and no, he says. Yes and no.
I think, let me see, because I think if I turn my camera on, I'm getting an echo in here. I got to work on that.
Okay.
So
Dave,
you'll have to repeat what I say, Bill, because.
Okay, not a problem.
Yes and no. I'm not really making them for anybody right now because.
Yes, Dwight, his answer to your question is yes and no. He's not really making them for everybody right now. Dave BNSF N-Scale says, I like all your shows, really like Who's Big Bill Talking To. Well, thank you, Dave. I greatly appreciate that. Okay, here's the next question. What's the least thing you like about Model Railroading Live? Now, see, a lot of guys wouldn't ask that, but we hear it. We're ready to blame Andy for everything. So what's the least thing you like? And be frank and be honest. That's how we learn to grow. That's how we learn to become better at what we do. Andy Crawford, that Andy guy, yep, you beat me up. You beat me to it, man. Every major corporation has to have a scapegoat. I love you like a brother, Andrew. As you know, not necessarily my brother, but I love you like a brother.
All right, let's
see.
see.
DSFN N-Scale says, operations and cards. I'm basically saying he wasn't really too enthralled with those videos. Okay, that makes sense. Lloyd is here. Hey, Lloyd. Wiring. The wiring thing.
Yeah, he's wiring that layout. Let me see if this calendar page is going to come up now.
Okay. So apparently we have few viewers tonight because they didn't get to see Don G and Don and his father. Did we just disappear?
Yeah, I told you I was bringing up the calendar page.
Are we alive?
Yes,
still?
We're alive.
There we are.
Oh, what I did was I've got a button set where I'm bringing the calendar up when you're talking about show dates.
Oh, okay. All right. That makes sense.
So that was the May calendar.
I would tell you guys out there in Model Railroad Land to buy this re-rail. Just place it on the rail and slide it right off onto the rail. Saves a lot of.
Yeah.
Let's see. Operation seems to be love it or hate it for all who have operated. They tend to love it. For all those who haven't or would had a bad experience, they tend to dislike references to it. I'm alive, Bill. Dwight asks, are you? Yes, I am. In Reno, there's lightning storms just above, rolling into Reno, Nevada. That could have been it. That's from Scott Day 8. And that's where Don lived in Reno, outside of Reno. So that could be the reason for it.
Yeah.
Dave says he loves Joe's loco work and weathering loads, etc. That's good. Here's the question. You seem to be the one listening, Dave, and probably, all the other guys are part of the team. So what would be the thing that you would like us to do? What would you like to see on Model Railroading Live? What would you like to see us basically try to do, or just texting Don that about the severe weather that he's having? I can't type and talk at the same time, boys. I can't even chew gum and walk at the same time. That could be causing the problem. Okay, where are we? Yeah, Ralph Renzetti. See that? Dwight said, Big Bill and I would like the Mudfather to do an airbrushing demo. And Ralph replied, that's what we were talking about last night. So very, very true. We were. Joe's Loco, wiring is universally, Andy Crawford says, wiring is universally hated among modelers, though. Just me being crazy, that I kind of enjoy it with that. It would seem more people would be interested in dead rail. That dead rail is the new thing with battery operated trains. And Train Guy 56, he says, I'll be doing my first operating session next month at the McCaw Convention. Well, good for you. Good luck on that, man. Enjoy. Have a lot of fun. Dwight says to continue, but no, little enjoyment from wiring, but no interest in dead rail. To eliminate that. Let's see. Dave at PNSF N Scale said, I'd like to see weathering clinics from Ralph, Joe's building with Andy and pals. And here's a good question. Ralph says, how many of you guys out there are modeling during the summer or watching us during the summer? Or are you doing both? I can answer for me. Usually I myself kind of like back away from the room, but I'm kind of getting into it a little bit more because I just finished doing the peninsula, so I've been kind of cleaning the track and coming around the clubhouse turn, as they would say in the racehorsing parlance. So I've been doing that, and so how many of you guys out there will be modeling during the summer, or watching us during the summer, or doing both? No percentage. MH Lloyd says, me. Okay. Andy Crawford says, yep, I like the AC in the train room in the workshop. It's nice and cool. He says, Dwight says, I'll be modeling all summer except when traveling, then only watching YouTube modeling. Dave says that me, both. Gets too hot to spend much time outdoors in Arizona. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hear that. Ralph Renzetti, I'm trying to find out if I should start my new weathering series sooner than planned.
Yeah, I think we'll put it in a schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta remember they can't hear me out there. You'll have to repeat.
John said, yeah, Ralph, we'll put that in the schedule.
Yeah.
Drew Dude's model train says, both for me, my workbench is in the apartment. Train guy 50 sex, he's 50. I keep saying train guy 50 sex. Why do I keep saying that? There's no reason for me. It's 56. There's no inclination of any kind of thing immoral going on in that name. But I keep going. I don't know. Well, anyway, he says I do both during the summer, just not very much. Did I say that Drew Dude's model train says I'll be doing both? For me, my workbench is in my apartment. Stick to the plan, Ralph Renzetti said. Lloyd says, Johnny, I can hear everything you say. LOL.
What, y'all can hear me out there talking right now?
I guess that's what Lloyd
Yeah, that's
said.
one thing I need to find out.
Dave says, N-Scale sounds good to me, Ralph. Earlier than better. I hear Johnny fine. Ralph, it's your schedule and time you volunteer. Yes, he says. Yes, MHO, yes. I think they're saying yes to the fact that they can hear you, John.
All right, well.
Steve Elkin says, yes, we can. Philip Wyman, hey, Phil, how are you, brother? How's everything cooking, bro? How you doing? How you feeling? How's life treating you, man? Phil Wyman is a longtime associate of formerly YouTube Model Builders and now a part of, now in the crew of Model Railroading Live. And, it's always good to have him in here. Like Phil, he's a nice guy.
Oh, yeah.
Very much so. Right, one of the good guys. Love him. Love you, Phil. Love you. Phil, if you came in to see who's supposed to Big Bill talking to, actually, I'm talking to you right now, and I'm talking to the whole crew out there on the Q&A. We were supposed to have a guest tonight. In fact, two guests, father and son, Don Sr. and Don Jr., both from the Nearly Historical Railroad. They have an HO scale and an HON3 scale, but they were having technical problems out there. And, we're going to reschedule them to come on. We found out from somebody who, I guess, that lives out in the Nevada way, that they were having severe thunderstorms north of Reno. And he lives in the biggest, smallest city in the world around Reno. So that might be contributing. He texted me and said that he tried other computers that he had in the house, and they didn't work. So stuff like that. So it could be something that's on our end, or it could be something on their end. But other than that,
All right, well, I'm going to try something here. So let's see if y'all can hear Bill when he starts talking again next, or if you'll be able to still hear me or not.
Yeah, train guy, they shouldn't have let the Murphy guy in the room, but what are you going to do? That guy, he manages to get everywhere. So can they hear you now? Can you hear me? Okay, and could you hear me and John? Oh, they can hear both persons, Drew Dew says. No. Lloyd says no. Sparky 107, good day to you, model railroader. I want you to know, Dave, I sent you hold on. I sent you an email, Dave. Please check it out. Okay, can you hear Johnny now? I can hear
Yeah.
him part of the time, Train Guy 56 says. Dwight says, no, Johnny can't. Just Bill, Ralph says. Bolt now, Phil Wyman says. That just came in.
I'm trying to figure out my sound settings here, the microphones. Which
Dwight
one's
says,
actually active, which one's not.
well, they're saying that they can hear us now.
Alright, so actually, starting right now, they should not hear, they won't hear me, but they'll be able to hear you, because I'm going to leave this mic muted.
Rand Furley 1222 says, I can hear both of you all the way in Scotland. Well, hello, Scotland, and Rand Furley 1222. Okay, Sparky says I can hear you both. Sparky, I sent you an email earlier today. So if you get a chance, please read it and please reply at your earliest convenience. Okay? John's now muted, Drew Dudes Model Train says. Phil Watson, now not John. Voices really carry over the net. Hello to both of you. Yes, hello. Rand Furley, 1222. Okay, he says, I got your email, Bill. I will respond soon. Thank you, Dave. Thank you very much. For all of you out there in YouTube land and model railroading community, Sparky 107, his real name is Dave. It's not Sparky. Just so that you know that, because, I mean, really, you think I know the boy is electrifying. I know he's electrifying, not a personality with the charts, but there'd be no reason for mom and dad to call him Sparky. Oh, that was well. Then that name wouldn't be the reason why. I think they. Oh, he says that's a secret. You know what we should have done? We should have had a fundraiser to find out $1, a charity, a raffle to find out what's Dave's real name. Sorry, Dave. Yeah, Dave Edenscale says a lot of Daves, not that many Sparkies. That is true. I believe because I think Dave, aka Sparky, is an electrician and he works as an electrician. So, you know, aka, such the name. Eric Hall's in the house. Hello, Eric. What is? Yeah. Slanjan equals a Scottish greeting, usually with a glass of malt in hand. Well, who wouldn't like that? Yes, sir. Oh, Dave's not here, man. For all you Cheech and Chong fans out here, yo, man, Dave. Yo, man, Dave's not here. Uh, for all you guys that just came in, oh, go ahead, go ahead. I'm
I'm
interrupting
just going to
you.
answer Dwight because, like I've been saying, I'm trying to figure out these sound settings and see what is muting me and keeping the panel alive. And yeah, it's kind of driving me a little nuts. It's a little different than the streaming software I was using before. So, because this one just makes things a whole lot easier. In fact, I don't even have it here on my stream deck, but let me find my cursor, get it over here, and let's see which one did I have. All right, there you go. That's a scene I was just playing with. Bill, you can't see it yet, but it'll come up in just a second.
There's a locomotive up there,
Uh,
steam locomotive
yeah.
on the picture with the MRL screenshot on the side on an angle.
But no, it's stuff that I can do a lot easier in this software. Like I can move it around, 3D effect.
Nice.
I can come over here, click on that, do the same thing with it.
Rand Furley of 1222 says it's 3:04 a.m. where I am. It's 10:02 p.m. in New York City. Rand Furley, this is your first time here, I believe. Is that correct?
I think so. I don't recognize the name right off.
For you guys who came in late, we were supposed to have who is Big Bill talking to tonight? We're supposed to be talking to the host of the YouTube channel, the Neely Historical Railroad, but they had some technical difficulties. We had them in on the tech tune-up, and we were doing fine. Sound was 5x5. Video was HD quality. Everything worked. Everything. We sent the link tonight. They couldn't get on for. I'm telling you, boys, if we had a shotgun and was standing on the corner of 42nd and 8th Avenue in Manhattan and shooting it, we couldn't get arrested. So it didn't work for them, but we're going to have them back because we saw that they have an HO scale and an HON3 scale. The HO scale is called the Downey Pacific, and the HON scale is the Colorado Southern, and it's a dual gauge railroad, and it's very impressive, very, very impressive.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, very impressive from what we saw. So what's this? And Sparky says, I answered to Sparky faster than I do Dave. Spark, when I used to work for the Transit Authority, to this day, if I'm walking down the block and someone yells out, hey, you ass, I always turn around. Charlie Kurtz, hi, Charlie. Hi, thanks to you. Can't take it with you. I estimated how much I spend on. Oh, when we had that show, Charlie did on the show with Mr. William Baronic, the track planner. He says, thanks to you on the show, you can't take it with you. I estimated how much I spend on 8O trains over the last 5 years, and it scared me. No more stuff. I hear you, Charles. I hear you, brother. I hear you. I know exactly what you're saying. I know. I did that, what Mr. Baronic said, and you can't take it with you deal. I had done that last year because, I had done some, went to a lawyer and the whole thing to get, the will and everything done and, everything with my pension, the whole thing. And I took an inventory of all my stock, and it was pretty, you don't think you have a lot until you go through it. And then when you find out you do have that much, like I've really cut back, on buying rolling stock. Because under the bench here, I've got like 4 cases and plus more downstairs. So I've stopped that, but it was pretty daunting. He says, Charles says, $1,000 a month over 5 years, and it's insane. It does add up. It does add up, doesn't it, Charles? It does. I'm telling you, it does. It's the little things. It's my grandma. What did she? The chachi stuff. These things, right? The roof air conditioners. Gotta have it. So why buy one when they're $1.98 when you can buy 6? Stuff does add up. It does add
Alrighty. So you guys out there in the chat, let me know, because Bill's going to keep talking, but hopefully I muted Bill, so the only one you're going to hear talking right now is me. No, Bill, come on, quit doing that and start talking so I can figure this stuff out.
I am talking.
So if you guys will let me know, can you hear Bill when you see him talking, and just hear me? Because like I said, I'm trying to figure out the microphones and the sound outputs on this new software, so I know who I'm muting and who I'm not.
Yeah, well, I'm talking here now. Dave, BS. Sparky said, when I had my flood insurance, when I had my flood, the insurance company said, your trains are covered. How much? $300 to $400. I said to the guy, try 30 to 35,000. The guy's jaw dropped. Wow.
All right, so you're not muted anymore, Bill, but
Oh, I'm not muted anymore?
no, they can hear you.
They can hear me now? Okay, so Dave.
They could hear you when you talk about Sparky's flood insurance.
Let's see what's going on. Bill's Island, Green Valley. Hey, dude. Emin, funny thing you said that. Pulling boxes out from under the layout and pulled this old dusty box out. Seems I forgot all this stuff. Now I have a bunch of doubles. Forgot about this box over the years. That's from Eric Hall, MRRO. Yeah, that happened to me once too, Dave. I thought Eric, when I had the layout down in the basement, I thought for sure that all the stuff I had in my previous layout years back in the 80s, that someone had stolen it. And I got to cleaning out the basement, and sure enough, I found them all, everything. So it's pretty, it's the same thing. Does this happen to you guys out there? You got a tool. Let's just say, for example, an X-Acto knife, right? You have an X-Acto knife. You go to get the X-Acto knife. You can't find the X-Acto knife. Now, you know you put it someplace, but you just don't remember. But you look through all the usual suspect places that you have. So you don't have one. So you make do with what you got, or you put the project on the side until you get it because you don't want to mar it or mess it up. So then you go out and you buy yourself a new X-Acto. X-Acto knife. Just one. All you need is the one in the package for $7, $8, whatever, how much they cost. You bring it home, take it out of the package, and your wife comes in and says, "Are you looking for this?" I found it. I was using it to cut some drapery material. And you're like, Or you just can't find the tool, and then you go get it, and then the next day you find it. That happened to me the other day on several tools, to which I went out and purchased them. My local hardware store. Needle nose pliers, and then all of a sudden they turned up, and you'll never guess where they turned up. My neighbor. I got to whisper because she lives upstairs. Her brother lives across the street, and he's a shade tree mechanic. Sometimes he comes over and he raids my tools and doesn't tell me until I go looking for it. So, does that ever happen to you? You find the tool, you can't find the tool, then you find it, and you got a double.
Yeah, back your chat up to, let's see. Oh, where'd he go? The guy from Scotland.
Scotland. I can't even. I knew a guy from Scotland. He says, it's my first time. This is my virgin chat also without malt. Mr. Ralph Franzetti thought that having a malt would anesthetize me while I watched you. Yeah, well, sometimes Rand Fairley 12, 22, we want to be anesthetized too when we're doing the show. So, but unfortunately, we cannot. But thank you for joining us. Thank you very much for being a part of this, and we hope to see you in here again. We're going to have tomorrow night, a Thursday night, Who's Johnny's Train Talk show. Johnny will be on tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. and that's where you guys can come in again. You can even be part of this whole rigmarole here, being in the on the show. If you have a camera, a webcam, or a laptop camera, you can be in on this, and that would be great to have. You can talk about your trains, what projects you're doing. If you have a problem that's going on with your trains, or you just need marital advice, or financial advice, we can help.
No marital advice from this group.
No, well, I could. I'm
No
married.
pajamas either. That's middle of the night for him.
Yeah, but I can give you some great. I have the final word. It's yes, ma'am. So let's see. When I moved, I cut my collection almost in half. Drew Dudes model trains. I still collect, but it's very limited. Yep. Charles Kurt says it all turns up sooner or later. That's true. The Closet Branch. Good evening to you all. Hello, Closet Branch. Okay. Hi, Closet. I'm doing CSX Redline Productions. I'm doing that with my square razor blades now. No, because it has a place, and when it's done, it goes back into the blade place. That's from Phil Wyman. Yes, Phil, I hear you. There's a place for everything, and everything has a place. But I sometimes, don't do that. I don't adhere to that sometimes. About 70% right now of my end scale, this is Dan Ward, TRP, was given to me, but that number is quickly shrinking to what I have and will be buying later. Vinny says you can never buy too many X-Acto blades. Yes, this is true. Went and visited last week. Took him to a few tanks. Apparently, somebody went and visited Vinny, and they took Dave at BNSF N scale went to visit Vinny last week and took him a few tank cons. And Eric Hall says, I just did that with Jeweler's Loop this week. Now I have a new one with LEDs and just found the other one sitting on the layout. That is so true, bro. I hate that. CSX Redline Productions. I'm still missing my tape measure from doing that sort of cleaning deal. And Dwight of Northern Star Railroad Lines, MRRC market mean. I live in the desert. Okay. Oh, Dave says, reorganize anything and you can't find nothing. I still have not found them. CSX Redline. Well, Sparky says that he might have one of your tape measures there, bro. CSX. Okay, he says, cool, Sparky. I will need it back soon. LOL. I hope you two guys live in the same country because he lives in Canada. And where do you live, CSX? Anyway, for you guys tuning in late, we were supposed to have a show with Don G and Don Senior and Don Jr. of the Neely Historical Railroad. That's their YouTube channel. Please go check it out. The Historical Railroad, the Neely Historical Railroad channel. It's based on their dual scale, HO scale, and HON 3 scale railroad, and it's very informative, very funny, and a lot of how-tos. In there. So we were asking earlier questions.
Yeah, CSX is in Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. On the East Coast. What part of that? What part of Massachusetts? Are you a Boston Red Sox fan? CSX Railline Production. And
Ralph said he's back and you're still talking.
Where'd you go? On the South Shore. Okay.
Well, we've been doing this for a little bit over an hour now and went through two streaming softwares. So.
We are having so much fun, right, guys? Anyway, well, it is Who is Big Bill talking to? So ask Johnny some train questions. Let's get to know Johnny better. Well, Johnny was released from the state penitentiary about, 20 years ago?
Yeah, about that.
about that. It wasn't a serious violent crime. It was just passing bad checks, and it was a stupid thing. He was in love with this girl, Las Vegas showgirl. He thought she was going to get married to him, but it didn't work out. So no, John is planning on doing a layout, or was planning on doing a layout. Is that true, John?
Yeah, yeah, I'm still kind of thinking about it, but you know, I got tied up with this thing called the internet and YouTube, and I mean, I do have a layout in a way because I do have a special needs fellow I'm working with. Although right now I've had to take some time off. I've been going to see a doctor for twice a week for my back,
Mm.
but I'll be getting back over to John's house and we'll start back working on his layout. In fact, we're kind of getting to where I'm doing some temporary wiring so we can try and see what the main line's going to do, how it's going to run. If it runs good, then we'll move it over, lay the cork, and put the track down permanent.
Mhm. For those that don't know, first and foremost, I want to say that John is one of the most level-headed men I've ever met in my entire life. Uh, I'm
Okay.
serious. He really is. We've had some situations that John and I had to put some fires out, and it was above and beyond the call of what we did here, what we do here, but it needed to be done. And I have to say that I came in with a basic New York attitude, and John came in with a Southern genteel that was beyond. It was common sense, and it worked to the better than with the way I want to do it. So I have a great respect for you, John, and a
Oh,
great
thank you.
respect for what you do for us and keep us rolling. And I also have a great respect, and this doesn't get mentioned a lot, and I think I'll take this time to do it. The guys on this thing, you guys that do live streaming know how difficult it can be. And we here at Model Railroading Live, and it's unabashed. I'm telling you, I'm just the talking head here. I don't do anything technical. The only thing I know how to do is turn a radio on. When they say show up, I show up, And well, Eric Hall says, John, you can park a bowling ball on your head and it will not tip off. That's how level-headed you are. And he's true. But I want to give kudos out to Andy Crawford. Andy Crawford has a very busy lifestyle. He has a job. He has a business that he's partnered with, and he does a lot of traveling. But yet he maintains helping us at YouTube, at Model Railroading Live, and he really puts a lot of effort into helping the technical end of it. And him and John actually literally stay up late at night, working on things behind the scenes.
Yeah.
They do. And sometimes most of the time, you guys can count on your hands how many times we've messed up, really messed up. And it's not a lot. Our record is pretty good. Our record is pretty good in broadcasting shows. And every once in a while we do get a glitch. But Andy Crawford is really absolutely, essential to what we've been doing here and how we've been doing it. So I want to thank him from behind the scenes. We also have Lloyd at HMO. He's joined us recently. He's got a wealth of knowledge on social media and great ideas that he wants to bring for the beginner. Sometimes we get lost, us guys in this crew here, we get lost in thinking that everyone is at that level where they know basically which end of a static grass holder they should be holding. And Lloyd brings us back to what about the new guy? And he's working with us on the social media page and bringing a lot of information and putting us in touch out there with social media. So that seems to be where we need to put our footprint. So I want to thank Lloyd for his work. He's also, does a job as well, and he devotes his time, which is totally, volunteer here. Ralph Renzetti, the AKA the Mudfather, has brought another different level of thinking to the crowd. and to the source here. He comes up with some heavy duty tips. He shows you from his workbench, and he's fun to talk to, and he's very, I personally believe, very intelligent and very enlightening. Not to say that the other gentlemen aren't; they are. But Ralph brings a level of weathering, and he makes it seem so simple, and he wants everybody to be a part of it. So
Yeah, he brings the Italian intelligence.
Okay, and to Joe Desmond. Joe Desmond has been with us for a year. His exuberance, his enthusiasm, and everything he brings to the table as a model railroader. I tell you, sometimes, I just get tired. I don't want to go on. I don't want to do it. I want to go out and, watch a baseball game or whatever. But Joe is very enthusiastic, and he knows a lot too. And become very good friends with him because he lives in Jersey, so I get to socialize with him. And but he brings a whole new level of enthusiasm, and he's such a good guy and a fun guy to be with. And Miles Hale, what can I say? Miles Hale is at the pinnacle. He's at the top. I have to tell you that when we first met Miles Hale, it was by far the pinnacle of what we thought we had reached. And you put guys on a stratosphere of stardom, like the A-Rods and the Marlon Brandos and those celebrities. I have to tell you that Miles Hale, by far, is the most down-to-earth gentleman we have ever come in contact. If any of you get a chance to meet him in person and you sit down and talk with him, he really puts you at ease, and he talks about your what you're doing. And it makes you feel as though, boom, you're the most important person in the world, So, and all those other guys that were with us, who's Mike Phillips, of course, all those guys.
Oh, we still got some good ones. Been out for a little bit, but need to try and get some more stuff going with them. We got Chris Healy.
Chris Healy?
Yeah, he's good with electronics, with NEC and using JMRI. So we've had Barry and Mike D.
Barry absolutely is my go-to guy. Barry and Mike Dettinger. Barry and I, we got involved in this years ago. And through the chat rooms in the after hours, we got to meet Mike, and John, and that's how this whole crew, got put together, and what we wanted to continue with Model Man Mike had started. But I have to convey this to the crews, the guys that are behind the cameras and the guys that are in front of the cameras, and to let you guys know that without them, this would not happen. Like I said, I'm just a talking head here. I'm a New Yorker. You put me anywhere. You guys ever come here and you walk with me down the street, you'll say, I didn't know you knew all these people. I don't. I just talk to everybody. I'll talk to a wooden Indian. It doesn't matter to me, But that's all I do here. These guys are the guys that put the production. We had the production meeting last night going forward, and they had a host of ideas that we want to bring to you guys. So I want to thank all you guys that are working, Ralph, John, Andy, Lloyd, Miles, Joe Desmond, Barry, Mike Dettinger, Model Man Mike, all you guys out there. Because you started something that's really good. And look what it has, it has proliferated out. Look how many live shows they've done. I'm not taking kudos, guys. Don't start hammering us and saying, no. I'm not saying that, but if we could do it, you could do it, and you certainly have out there. You got Sparky 107, you got Vinny, Hey Cuz, we got him going.
Wilmer.
You got a ton of live shows. You got
we got Wilmer out there too. He's got a pretty good show. Him and Creative Rails.
Yeah, Creative Rails. You got all those guys. You got Wilmer. We got everybody's out there doing it. We're all doing the same thing, heading to the same place. We're not trying to compete and overshadow. We're trying to include everybody in the whole thing because it's model railroading. And that's what it is. It's a passion that we love. Look, Sparky 107 just had the Steamtown thing. I mean, it took a lot of effort and logistics to put that all together. And look how many I've seen the videos. Everybody's having a great time. Everybody's laughing. Everybody's enjoying each other. They got to meet each other. And that's what this is about. So, just thank you guys for being a part of this. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for just sharing the love and the passion of model railroading. You know. Yes, Rand Fairley 1222. Gary Corbin will be on June 5th, and he has achieved a lot in 4 months, especially when he is on. Yes, I didn't. He's on dialysis, so if I haven't already, you should support his channel, encourage him, especially now. Yes, he is. He does 3 days a week of dialysis, and he's a pretty strong guy. Pretty strong guy. Pretty nice guy too. Let's see. So that's faith. Okay, I think that's it. We 10:27. We really went over a lot of time, and that's because we started late. Once again, I have to say this again. Don Sr. and Don Jr. They're very disappointed that they couldn't be on. They were looking forward. We had worked it out, but due to technical difficulties, they couldn't get hooked up to the internet. We understand from somebody who checked in with us, said that there were severe thunderstorms over the north of Reno, Nevada, and that's the area to which he lived. So we're going to get in touch with Don Jr., and we're going to talk to him, and we're going to try to reschedule this in any shape, form, or way we can. And so we apologize for that. He is very sorry for that, but we decided to go on anyway and just have an all-round discussion. Tomorrow is Thursday, the 30th of May. Can you believe it? We're getting to the end. We're coming into June. Anyway, so
we got one more here. What happened to my camera?
I don't know. Somebody make me a hamburger. Okay, you're a hamburger.
Let me see if I can get this thing straightened out.
Bill, thanks for renewing my contract, Ralph Renzetti. No problem. In fact, we gave you more than we did last year. So the check's in.
Well, I don't know what happened to my camera, but anyway, I
can't see your icon.
Yeah, I just turned the camera back on and it's froze. I can't get it to refresh. It's in the live stream, but yeah, real quick, I just noticed DW Cobb 43. Haven't seen or heard from him in a while. Dave, I tell you what, if you have time, go to appear.in/Mall Railroading Live. That's our nightly chat channel. And for everybody else that's listening and on the chat, y'all join us on our nightly chats. We have some pretty good discussions there. Yeah, yes, yeah, it does hurt.
Dave Cobb from San Francisco, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah, I just saw him pop on there in the chat real quick. And anyway, okay, I'll let you finish closing out.
All right, no problem. Well, tomorrow night is, again, the 30th of May at 10 p.m. tomorrow night at Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have Johnny's Train Talk Show. That's where you, the community, can join in, be on the big screen TV here, and talk about old train-related stuff. And if you have a project you're doing, you want to share it, by all means, bring it with you. And if you've accomplished something that you're really proud of and you want to show it off, bring it with you. But show up tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to Johnny's Train Talk Show. He'll be pulling up a chair in the old general store there and sitting around the checkerboard table, and grab yourself a cool drink from the icebox and chat a little while about trains and stuff. Next show for Who's Big Bill Talking To on Model Railroading Live will be June 5th with Gary Corbin. We'll be talking about his layout. He's starting up his layout again, and we're going to be talking with him. That will be June 5th. In the meantime, you guys take care. God bless. all at once. We'll see you on the radio. Take care, boys.